So I'll tell you the story that I heard as a Muktananda story. Um, so Muktananda's in the temple, in the inner sanctum of the temple that's within the temple grounds, that's within the city. And so, kind of as blissed out as can be, super in the zone, maybe sitting there for hours. There's like one candle that's almost burned out, and there's a murti in the room, and quiet, and anyway, somebody having some psychotic break, I suppose, some city dweller comes into the temple grounds and just kind of really inflamed or enraged or manic or something like that, and comes moving through the temple grounds and into the temple building, and then they're holding a knife, and it's like all of that is like super wrong if you have a sense of what these temples are like. Like, you don't move fast, you don't move with anger, you don't have a weapon, you don't like kind of just sort of charge in. You're slow, and you're bowing, and you're quietly greeting people. Like, so all of this should just, it's just terrible story. Anyway, he works his way all the way through, the building or buildings or whatever, and comes upon Muktananda meditating. It was a gun, not a knife. I just remember. Doesn't matter. That's just how I heard the story. Who really knows? So he has a gun, and he walks up to Muktananda and puts a gun to his head, who is just blissed out. And maybe Muktananda hears him, maybe feels the cold metal or something like that. But in any case, he goes from this super enlightened, blissed out, love and clarity place, or whatever you'd imagine this monk is like, totally gets it, and just like, and then comes back to the waking life, and there's like this crazed, manic, animated, tense, whatever person staring right at him with a gun to his head. Like, imagine that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, like from this to that, like, what? And you can now imagine what your response would be.
Right.
And it would definitely include peeing yourself, but whatever else it is. So you go from this beatific bliss to, it's not even somebody running at me or threatening me, like the gun's here and the person's, and Muktananda comes out of meditation, and this person says, "What would you do if I shot you dead right now?" Right? So he comes out of meditation, and immediately, what would you do if I shot you dead right now? That's the question. So now you're thinking about what you would say. So Muktananda's in this transcendent place. And then, what would you do if I shot you dead right now? Without pause. Nobody else is there. So Muktananda does not reply. Like, I'm about to die, I should say something wise because my followers are there, and then they're going to remember me as his last words, or, there's no performative aspect. There's no thought about how this will appear. There's just an honest answering of the question. That's it. What would you do if I shot you dead right now? I would die loving you. That was the answer. you know, whenever I hear that story, I think, all right, well, I still have work to do. Okay, that's it's perfectly clear. I'm not done with my work here.
Did you ever hear of a guy named